Hello, this is Grapefruit. In this video, I'll be documenting the steps to simply make a star-shaped object glow. So let's get started right away. First, we'll set up an add-on so we can instantly create a star-shaped object. From the top left of the screen, go to Edit and click on Preferences. Click on the Get Extensions button to proceed. Type Extra into the search box. I've already installed this particular item, so it's been moved over to this specific location here, but if you haven't had the opportunity to install it just yet, it will still be readily available right here. Please proceed to click the prominent Install button for the Extra Mesh Objects 2 package in order to successfully install it onto your system. If you haven't enabled automatic saving of preferences, click the 3 lines in the lower left corner of the screen. Then check the box for automatic saving of preferences. That way, from next time on, your settings will be saved automatically, so you can just close the window with the X. Now, let's go ahead and create the star-shaped object. From Mesh and Shift+A, go to Other. Within this menu, click on Simple Star. With that, a star-shaped object is instantly created. Currently, the view is in perspective projection, so press 5 on the numpad to switch to orthographic projection. Next, let's rotate this star-shaped object so that it stands upright. We'll rotate it as if a bamboo skewer was stuck straight through the green Y-axis. Type RY90 and press Enter. There, now it's standing upright like this. Press 3 on the numpad to switch to a perfect side view. GZ. With this, the base of the star shape will be at the Z0 point, in other words, right on the ground. Next, we'll delete just the faces of this star shape. We'll turn it into a star shape made only of the frame. Press the Tab key to enter edit mode. Press 3 on the keyboard. This switches to face selection mode. Just in case, press the A key to select all. Press X and choose to delete only the faces. Alright, so now we have successfully deleted just the face parts from the image. Press 3 on the numpad to switch to a side view. Press Z on the keyboard to switch to wireframe display. Press 2 on the keyboard to switch to edge selection. Like this. Use box selection. This particular way, you can neatly and precisely select both the entire front and the entire back edges. Now you can simply press the X key to completely delete those selected edges. Press the Tab key to return to object mode. From the right-click menu, go to Convert. Select Curve. Now the object type has been successfully converted from a mesh object to a curve object. Next, let's add some thickness to the edges of this star shape, which now consists only of edges. We'll add a bit of thickness to the edge parts. Click on this green half circle-like icon. Click on Object Data Properties. Under the Geometry section, increase the value in the depth field. This time set it to 0.02. By doing this, you can add thickness like this. Now let us proceed to make the star-shaped object that we just created glow brightly. Press Z on your keyboard to switch to Render Preview. Click on this red round icon. Click on the material properties. Click New. Please click on the surface section located right here in the interface. Scroll up a little. Click on the fourth option from the top, Emission. There you go. Now it really looks like it's gently glowing a bit, doesn't it? Now let's add some color. Click on the box next to color. Move the round marker in the center to change it to a yellow color. Next, you will set the strength value to 5 this time, which is a significant adjustment. There you go. I think it's starting to look a lot like it's emitting a strong yellow light. Right now, the overall brightness setting is giving off just a little bit of light. Let's set that to 0 to make it completely dark. Click on this icon that looks like a red circle with a stick through it. Click on the world properties. Click on the color option. Drag the square on this vertical bar all the way down to the bottom. There you go. Now it's completely dark. By setting the ambient light in the space to 0, the emission stands out even more. Now let's proceed to use a specific setting which is called bloom to make it glow even more intensely, much like a vibrant neon sign. In Blender version 3, click on this camera icon. Within the render properties, there was an item called bloom, and you could enable the bloom effect just by checking the checkbox. However, after updating to version 4.2, the procedure for setting up bloom has changed, so I'll explain that now. Now let's move to the workspace called compositing. A workspace refers to the tabs at the top of this screen, which are like dedicated workspaces suited for specific tasks. Click on the Compositing Workspace tab among them. Next, you will want to check the Use Nodes checkbox located right here. When you do that, the nodes will be displayed like this. Each of these small squares is commonly called a node. You connect nodes to each other with links like this to set things up. Now let's add another node here. The place to add it is right between the two nodes currently displayed, right here. Press Shift+A and click on Search. I'm working with the interface set to English right now. I'll type in the alphabet, but if you're working with the interface in Japanese, try entering Gurea in katakana. When you do that, the glare option will appear, so click on it. Okay, the node has appeared, so if you left-click right between these two nodes, you can insert it in between them. Now, since I want to check the results of the settings as we go, let's proceed. I'll switch the lower half of the screen to the 3D viewport. Click on this part here. From here, select the 3D viewport. Yes. Let's expand the area a bit. Press Z and switch to Render Preview. Adjust the viewpoint a little. Let's adjust it a bit. Okay, now I should have added and set the glare effect, but as you can see, the appearance hasn't changed at all from before. let's make it so that the results of the settings can also be checked in the 3D viewport. It's right next to the round render preview icon. Click on this small triangle here. Next, you will need to change the bottom item, which is clearly labeled Compositor, to the setting Always. This adjustment is important for the proper functioning of the system. Okay. You probably noticed that the appearance changed instantly. In this particular state, the default setting is streaks of light. So you will need to click on this specific part inside the glare node and then proceed to change it to bloom. Now, as you can see, we've created an effect where the light appears to bleed and spread out. You can precisely adjust the intensity of this visual effect where the light seems to beautifully bleed and gently spread across the surface. Currently, the value for strength here is set to 1, so let's change it to 0.5. As a result, you can see that the spread of the blur has become a bit smaller. Alright, once you've set everything up to this point, switch your workspace back to the Layout tab. Just like before, click on this small triangle here and change the compositor from disabled to always enabled. Okay? Now finally, let's meticulously set up the reflection of the glowing light emanating from the emission source, and then we'll gracefully wrap things up. To begin, click on the camera icon located here to open the render properties. In Blender version 3, I believe we previously used to check the screen space reflections option, but after updating to version 4, this particular setting has changed to checking the ray tracing option instead. It's this specific one right here. Yes. So what kind of noticeable change actually happens when you check this particular box? If, for instance, I uncheck it again, as you can clearly see, there's no immediately visible difference. The reason there's no visible difference is because right now, the only object in this space is the star-shaped one, so there's nothing for the light to reflect off of. So let's create a floor here. From the Shift menu, I'll generate a plane mesh. Alright. You can already see that light is reflecting off the floor area. I'll scale it up with S5. The plane we just created looks black in the render preview because we're in a completely dark space, but if you check in the material preview, you'll see it doesn't have any color assigned yet. So click on this red round icon, the material properties, and from new, set the base color to pure black. Press Z to switch to the render preview. Now, where do we see the effect of the ray tracing we just set up? It's right here. This is the area where the light is reflecting off the floor. For example, if you make the floor's roughness even smoother, you'll see even more reflection here. So let's change the roughness parameter here, which is currently set to 0.5 to say 0.3. Alright, as you can see, the reflected area has become even more pronounced. Maybe 0.4 would work well too. Okay, now let's render the image and take a look at the result. From the render menu at the top left of the screen, select Render Image. Alright, it looks like the camera angle is a bit off, so let's fix that. Close the window with the X at the top right, then press 0 on the numpad. Now first carefully check the camera angle, then press the N key on your keyboard to open the convenient sidebar. And finally, in the View tab, make sure to check the camera view option. I'm planning to use this image as a thumbnail, so I'll position it a bit to the left like this. Alright. Now let's render it again. Okay. With this, we've managed to make the star-shaped object glow simply. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next video. This was Grapefruit.